We're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be starting the Ixali Beast Tribe. So the servers have just come online and this is the start of patch 2.35. So let's see what we have to do. I am here with Scarlet outside the Twin Adder's nest in Gridania, but only because I am a Twin Adder. You need to go to your own Grand Company. So let's see what she has to say. So the quest is called a Bad Bladder. So it says, Lieutenant Scarlet's feathers seem ruffled by some grave news out of the Twelves Wood. So Lieutenant Mithrie, we have ourselves a situation. Our scouts out at Etat's Spire have sent word that the Ixal are attacking their position. They report that they have already weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Birdman's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you ever seen these beastmen dirigibles? I don't know what that means. The Exile stock them with explosive munitions and rain hell on their targets below. Even should they float within bow range, the balloon skins are thick and difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus, the spires we constructed throughout the Twelveswood are Gridania's first line of defense against the assault from the air. It is frustrating indeed, then, that recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head into North Shard immediately and lend your strength to the garrison at Etat Spire. I am certain Captain Guriet will appreciate your help. Okay, so let's go to Etat Spire, which is just outside the entrance to Gridania, so let's go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Aephorite and teleport straight out the gate. Now, as I said in the patch notes, the detailed summary read through, which you can see on my YouTube channel, the Ixali Beast Tribe is related to crafting. So you're going to be helping the Ixali build an airship so that they can return to their own paradise, let's say. Okay, here is Etat Spire. So, Lieutenant Scarlet sent you, you say? Praise Nofika, though I believe the worst of the danger has passed. What few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. 'Twas a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. A private's arrow managed to punch a hole through the balloon's air bladers, forcing the Ixali vessel to flounder down into the trees. You could hear the squawking from here. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought that war balloons slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods and a certain private that such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in shape to repel the exiles should they prove able to press the attack. Pray head north into Peace Garden and see what has become of their downed craft. Okay, so let's go. What makes me kind of sad is it's only taken me maybe half a minute to read all of this out, but you can see some other people running straight to the NPC, spamming through the text and then continuing the quest. They're not, you know, I feel they're missing out on what the game has to offer just by being in a rush. If they just spent the seconds, they could read the story. Okay, here's a vessel. Okay, so let's show the debris back at the tower. Now we have a good 2 hours before the reset for today, so if you're quick when you log in to do this and you should be able to do it twice today. So, did you find the downed balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? Okay, let's hand over the war balloon debris. It says, a snarled slab of wreckage retrieved from a ground Ixali war balloon. So, I am not sure if this came from the Birdman's craft or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it is of Ixali design. War balloons such as the one you saw were invented by the Ixali to assert their dominance over the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid our ground-based patrols and infiltrate the Twelves Wood with impunity. And the beastmen use them not only for acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by the ever-expanding logging operations. 'Twas to combat this unwelcome and destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the forest, though I imagine that the Ixal were quite displeased to find our borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Etat's Spire itself. I am torn, Lieutenant. We must not weaken our defences here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask that you once more visit the crash site and search the surrounding areas for signs of our foes. I pray that my concerns are naught more than the anxious workings of a tired mind. Okay, so let's further investigate the balloon site. So one thing that they've also changed in this patch is one thing they've added, I should say, which again I did talk about when we read out the patch notes, is that once you've finished all of the beast tribes to the maximum rank, which in my case just means I only have the Ixali to do, then you'll get a series of follow-up quests which will allow you to get wind-up minions for each of the beast tribes, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, cutscene. So, Squawk, get away from here, non-feathers. Ours to dismantle war balloon is. Touch what is ours, you must not. Rights of salvage, yes, rights of salvage. Mithrie's like, enough, so much screeching and cawing when threatened, nothing. Featherless one has. Oh yeah, they tend to speak in a weird way. So, Chief Totolok. Hold the part we saw. No feathers does. Search through records for nothing we did. Weak-bellied fledgling. Calm down, you will. Speak with featherless one. Seize all shall. Could you be artisan? No, clothing all wrong. It is garb for honest work, it is not. Raise your weapon not. Exile we are, but not same kind that attack your tower. Balloon part you took, value to you is little, yes? Have it from you we would. Not by force, no, and not for nothing. We make deal, yes? Inside gate you come. Show you our work in return, Zizel shall. But Chief, mean to let Featherless one inside? You cannot. Spread our secrets she will. Question Chief, you will not. Zizel's decision it is. Shut screechy beak, before plucked and strung from nearest tree branch you are. So, fierce look Featherless one has. Look forward to next meeting, Zizel does. So listen well, non-feathers, if chiefs trust you, you betray. Fray skin from worthless bones we shall. Okay, so let's deliver the balloon debris to Zizel. Now this was always here, but this gate was locked, so now we can walk straight in. Okay, we have to go down here. So, brave you are to walk into Ixali Den. Knew such camp existed, you did not. Now have that balloon part and your name Cecil Wood. Okay. More balloon debris. And over. So yes, yes. Search long for this we have. Thank you, Mithrie Menifil. Know you what this is? It is special stone used for making instruments to read speed of wind. Only found in Ixalia, very rare. Even clever Cecil cannot build such instruments without it. Seem confused, you do? You wonder why Cecil not go to Fatal and fetch stone himself, yes? Tell you why, Cecil will. We are not like exile of Natalan and other places. No fighting with forest people. Outcast we are. Call ourselves Etkal 9. Impressive, yes? Had nicer sound than Etkal 20 or so. But one purpose we have, to fly free like wind. For war with forest people or pleasing greedy goddess, we care not. Fixed on the heavens our eyes are. Okay, so let's complete the quest. So I'm guessing we have to be... Yeah, so you have to change to a Disciple of Hand, so I'm going to change to my Weaver, just because I am of the Golden Needle and I've got the Luminary Needle. So the quest is called Reaching Cloud 9, so Cecil appears eager to share more of his work with you. The crafting portion of this quest is recommended. A strange face you make, Mithrie, burning with questions you are, yes? So let's see, what is Exile 9 exactly? What are you trying to do here? Okay, let's decide the second option. Make yourself clear, I did not. Only natural your suspicion is. Many Exile will simply kill Featherless One and leave corpse for vultures. But think the bird-brained Natalan Zealots, clever Zealot and his crew, do not. Needless wasteful this war with forest people is. Waste of time, waste of resources. Ixtal 9 is group of thinkers, of crafters. This place, Ixtal, is place for building dreams. To fly higher than any other is Ixtal's 9's dream, but before we can fly, make wings we must. Good at making things you are, yes? No weaver when see one. Cecil does. Way of moving, way of looking. Clothing has Cecil confused at first though. Creating much better than destroying, yes? Both Exile and Featherless Ones agree on that, they can. Have Mithrie create something for Exile 9, Cecil would. Build many things we can, but not everything is possible in remote camp like this. No, you know place called Falgot Float, yes? Fine crafting facility they have. Perfect for making airship hull interior components. Leather-backed plywood is component of Cecil needs. Make for strong and durable hull it will. Placed order for raw materials with Kieran Merchant in Falgot Float Cecil has. Mithrie only speak to Junkmonger. Spend on coin, you need not. A surprise for you Cecil has. Protect and support hands when crafting tricky airship components these gloves will. Even clever Weaver needs help from time to time, eh? Come back soon, Featherless One. Okay, so we're going to go pick up the materials from the Junkmonger, just in Falgot Float. So it's kind of difficult to read out the quest text because of the way they speak. Okay, here's the Junkmonger. So, Master Merchant welcomes welcome customer. Birdman Chief tell Master Merchant of Chief makings. You take things for making and go to place for making things. You find making place at side of inn, not inside. Master Merchant thinks you have no time for thinking. Birdman Chief seems ready to burst at seams. Hilliard will give you helpful help. Okay, so let's talk to Hildyard. And as I said, it's at the side of the inn, not inside it. Okay, here's Hildyard. So, hello there, adventurer. Come now, and I can hardly hear you. I said, hello there. What's this? You wish to make use of our workshop? Well then, seeing as you're a first-timer, allow me to give you a brief explanation of what we seek to accomplish here. As I'm sure you're aware, Eorzea is populated with a plethora of artisans who create a strange of wonderful wares. This workplace was created with just such diversity of craftwomen in mind. No matter your profession, our facility is designed to allow simply anyone to bring in their materials and produce goods that demand an exquisite degree of precision and polish. Our small operation here at the Bodding Cork is only temporary until we have secured a more permanent residence, but I assure you that everything is fully functional. Now, what exciting project has brought you to me this fine day? So let's hand over the hull interior component materials. It says materials requested by Ixalia 9 leader Cecil Totalock to craft components for the interior of an airship's hull. Okay, cutscene again. It's an awesome luminary item. What we have here are such a strange coincidence that you happen to arrive bearing the very same rare materials that Hildyard, have you any word on my delivery? And who might this lady be? Why does she hold the component materials that I ordered? This is outrageous. You cannot simply swoop in and snatch up the wares I reserved a moon in advance. Please, Master Tataramu, you misunderstand. This adventurer brought along these materials herself. Just brought them along, did she? Poppycock. What would a gill-grabbing mercenary need with airship hull component materials? Only a master engineer with the highest level of skill would be capable of utilizing the potential of such specialized items, and I highly doubt that anyone besides myself would have a use for them. I shall be gracious, however, and allow that you are some manner of artisan. Pray tell, exactly what do you intend to craft with these materials, or those materials? I am of course ignoring the fact that your efforts will invariably result in a botched job and wasted resources. Master Tataramu, this is hardly gentlemanly conduct. Shall I offer to view the finished product then? Go ahead, madam, craft your wares, and I shall appraise the quality of your work, free of charge. Yeah, maybe he doesn't realize he's also talking to a master crafter. So, Master Tataramu, I shall become cross with you if you continue in that tone. Here are your materials, miss. I am sure whatever you create will be absolutely splendid. So, should you choose to assist the FFXIV in the engineering efforts, you will be called upon to make use of special crafting facilities. The first step in using one of these crafting facilities is to present the raw materials to the workshop supervisor. After preparing the workspace, the supervisor will then return you exactly the amount of materials required for your specific task. You will next be allotted a certain amount of time in which to complete the synthesis. Should your synthesis efforts prove unsuccessful, speak with the workshop supervisor once more to retrieve excess materials and renew your access to the crafting facility. To begin the crafting process, select logs from your main menu, followed by crafting log, and then next select beast tribe from within the requisite crafting discipline, then locate the desired recipe. Okay. The quicker way to do that is basically just to press N. So it says, you must be a disciple of the hand to accept and complete FFXIV Beast Tribe. Quests items required to complete these quests can only be synthesized after equipping a pair of Etoile wrist gloves. Experience points earned by completing these quests will be allocated to your current class. The amount of experience awarded upon completion can be viewed in your journal and will automatically update in the event you change your class. Okay, so I've got 4 minutes apparently to do it. So it says detailing, making use of local crafting facilities to synthesize special items. Recipe level is lowered to current level while maximum CP is reduced. Okay, so I guess they want to make it more of a challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip those gloves, like I mentioned, and go to Beast Tribe, and I need to make this item, the hull interior component materials. Okay. And that's done. So let's give them now to Tataramu. So craft away, madam. I'll be waiting to appraise your results of your expertise. So let's hand them over. There wasn't a high quality version of this or whatever. So, all done, are we? Now let's have a look at the travesty you've made out of Gods Be Good. I can scarce believe it, the craftsmanship is exemplary, and you say this component is to be used in the construction of an airship? I cannot even imagine what type of hull you mean to build. Tell me, adventurer, who commissioned this work from you? I must know. Okay, so he wouldn't believe if I said in exile anyway, but I'll just say it, whatever. So, a what? Why, that's incredible, not to mention fascinating, though I must wonder how one came to commission an adventurer for airship parts. There was an old rumour making the rounds amongst the engineers at the company. They say a group of Ixal had carved out a secret camp in the Black Shroud and were conducting trials for some kind of secret weapon. I had thought it idle gossip at the time, but it would appear the tale held merit after all. Your Ixali master seeks to craft an airborne vessel of war. I will not allow it. Transforming the wonder of air travel into a means of delivering death is blasphemy of the highest order. But Master Tataromu, what do you mean to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to march right into the secret camp and give those blasted birdmen a good telling off. You'd better stay out of my way. But you cannot simply... When it comes to airships, I'm afraid Master Tataramu's passion overpowers his capacity for common sense. I wonder if he even has any idea where he's going. Here, you best take your finished component and complete the delivery. Your appraiser appears to have forgotten it in his haste and rush off to chastise the exile. Just who is Master Tataramu? I could tell you, but that wouldn't be very exciting now, would it? Perhaps you might ask him yourself. Okay, so that's that done. So let's now return to the camp. Well, obviously the first few quests for me, well probably all of them are going to be really easy because I am a 3-star crafter. You know, so people come to me for advice of crafting all the time. So my stats are way beyond any quest that they might offer. One thing that might change, however, is that they'll make that more difficult as my CP is a lot less than it should be. Okay, here we are. It's important to remember to wear the gloves as well when you're doing these crafts. So, returned you have. Able to craft component you were. Let's hand it over. So there's a component to be used in finishing the Dazul Kulan's hull interior. So, made this, did you? Yes, serve us well this will. Begin construction on hull we can. Okay. So, I finally found you. I never realized just how big this forest was. Who is small, angry, featherless one? Never mind who I am. 'Tis you who are on trial here. Are you not the Ixali master who seeks to build a death-dealing airship and bring war and destruction to Gridania? Have you no respect for the virtuous field of engineering your uncouth plan will irretrievably sully? Weapons on an airship? Simply monstrous. Mind your tongue, you shall. Making airship with weapons, Cecil is not. Been telling tall tales someone has. Do not try to deny it. I have seen how the Ixal stole our technology to build those horrendous war balloons. Your kind know naught but killing and mayhem. Blabber too much, angry one does. Sees not enough. Look at design under own feet you should. Looks pretty cool. So this schematic, it contains elements of both dirigible and airship. I've never seen the like. Hybrid vessel diesel Kulan it is. Fly very high it shall. Ceiling attitude of 1,000 yards. 5,000 yards? That's impossible. An unattainable fantasy. Why even Master Garland's enterprise cannot reach such heights. You speak of visiting the heavens themselves? Yes, the heavens. Rap on God's front door we shall. Talan, floating continent of legends, it is, high, high above clouds, place where Zizor's ancestors once lived. Interesting, we should take a note of that. Talan and floating continent. So this will give like a preface to the sky that they might bring in much later on. So return to Ixal's lost paradise we shall, all-consuming goal of Cecil's people it once was. But this dream, shared now by too few it is, rather worship mad goddess Garuda and squabble with featherless ones Natalan exile would. Waste of life sees ourselves, help Agdal 9 build balloon airship hybrid and reach for distant sky other exile should. What an incredible idea, you have such vision, such zeal. Cecil, I have misjudged you. You must let me work with you. I will see this dream of yours become reality. Wish to join Cecil's crew, do you? Possess some skill at crafting, do you? Yes. Yes, I have studied airship design most extensively, and though my practical experience is admittedly limited, I vow that there are none who match my passion for the craft. Except Mithrie here. Important passion is, but knowledge too, that you must have. Work you as hard as others, Cecil will. Be spared for your size, you will not. Thank you, sir, you won't regret this. Tataramu at your service. Okay, so now let's talk to Cecil again. So, and what of Mithrie? Impressed with work Cecil is. Enjoy crafting with Cecil's gloves, did you? Like second skin, yes? Protect hands, but allow artisan to make delicate and difficult movements they do. Agree to help Exile 9 build Diesel Kulan, and let Mithrie keep gloves, Cecil will. What say you, featherless one? Sprout wings and fly with us, yes? So, yes I will. So, feathers of the spirit we share. Hard to imagine to look at us now it is, but an age when Ixal flew on power of their own wings there once was. Sad then that wrath of elements we incurred, banished from forest and stripped of gift of flight we were. With younglings hatched outside of forest something wrong there was, stunted their feathers wear, but lose desire to soar Ixal never did. In place of lost wings, great balloons Cecil forefathers made, such ingenuity seek to continue their legacy. Ixal 9 does. But forgotten joy of crafting on wings, Natal and Ixal have. Grovel inside to goddess they do, grovel and beg. Fools grant them new wings, Garuda never will. Seek only to increase her might, the goddess does. Always more sacrifices, always more crystals. Nothing more than slaves Natal and Ixal are, but not Ekat 9, no. So once again we shall, within Duzal Kulan, our salvation, our walking dream, lies. Work hard and see history written, Mithrie shall. Okay, that's complete. So the Beast Tribe quests are unlocked for the Ixal 9. So it says you have reached neutral reputation with the Ixal 9, or a Cattle 9. Ixal Beast Tribe daily quests are now available from Yazul Ahu Anton, the Able at the Etkat. Delivery quests are also available from the Etkat 9 Municipal. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from the Etkat 9 vendor. In case that you misplace your Etkat wrist gloves, a new pair can be purchased from this same vendor. So we're going to see the airship become more and more grand as we go along. So thanks to your efforts, construction of Ixal 9's hull has begun. Continue assisting the Ixal 9 to see airship hybrid reach completion. Okay, so just got the achievement, bird is the word. So let's now see the daily quests. Okay, so I'm guessing the other one is for the delivery quests. So these are the free allowances. So it says the quest is called Trust But Verily. You'll get 15 relations and a venture. And as before, as with all the other beast tribes, you need a certain amount in order to actually get to the next rank. So it says many would deign to call themselves able, but Yazul Ahuntan the Able goes so far as to claim it as his title. The crafting portion of the quest is recommended for Disciples of the Hand level 1 and above, and the battle portion for Disciples of War and Magic level 41 and above. Okay, let's accept. So, able crafter, featherless one is. Not so able as Yazul, I think, yet prove me wrong you may, and aid Ekat in doing so. Leather and canvas used to craft an airship bladder we require. A simple task for featherless one, skilled as you, Yazul trusts. Skilled craftswoman and listener both, Yazil hopes you are. For the aid of featherless one's chatterbox, you require to use these materials. For this component, the facilities of the meta you must utilize. Okay, let's accept the next quest, called Keeping Up Appearances. So it says, an Elves of Ixal, the Azul Ahuan, has a reputation to maintain. Okay, accept. So, able though I am, cursed with terrible fortune I am too, lost to Garuda worshipping buzzers, materials for constructing urgently required starboard hull components are. Precious materials for preparing leather-backed plywood for the hull, lost to our enemies in tree speak. Retrieve the materials myself I would, but able lover Yazul is not able fighter. Featherless craftsman, woman and fighter both you are, and more capable of recovering materials. From storage pots retrieve materials, then for crafting to tree speak stables you must go. Open to all featherless facilities there are. Need for special favours there is not. Okay, the next quest, blow your winds. So it says, an able Ixal keeps able allies close, and Yazul Ahuan the Able praise you are one such woman. So, ill findings, featherless craftwoman. Waylaid by featherless ones, our carrier has been. Trapped at best, dead at worst, Yazul fears. Of the essence, time was, so risky route near Treefy's Bables, I bade him take. Labor hull component materials to Edcat he was to bring. For the leather-backed plywood to construct the hull, materials precious and light, nearly depleted our supply is. If yet alive, likely in hiding the carrier is. I know you for friend, he may not sow with the wind, to him you must whisper. Words of power they are, known only to Edcat and their allies. Okay. So there will be crafting and there will also be delivery. So here's one, deliverance. So it said Echo 9 Municipal has a job fit for an adventurer, which most likely means fetching something, okay? So our supply is dwindling, they are, a featherless one we seek. A featherless one to fill our houses of wares. Master Rosal demands swiftness he does, ever prudent he is. So this quest differs from the normal story quests in that to complete it you must deliver a bevy of requested items. Delivering requested items will earn you points which will bring you closer to meeting the specified quota. The quest is complete only when you have met that quota. The XL9 require many different types of items to maintain their daily operations. You may choose which items to deliver based on your ability to procure them. Further questions regarding delivery quests should be directed to XCAT 9's Municipal. The current list of items required by the faction can be viewed by speaking with the XCAT 9 foreman. Interesting. So, Echo 9 delivery quests. So it says you will earn quota points for each item submitted during the FCAT 9 delivery quest. Only by earning enough points will you meet your quota and complete the quest. The list of items currently sought by the Exile faction can be viewed via the timers interface located under duty in the main menu. Any of the items of the list can be submitted towards your quota. The icon to the left of the item name indicates the Disciple of Hand class will earn experience points for delivery. Okay. Unlike other Beast Tribe quests, you will not be allowed to re-accept a delivery quest in the event you abandon it. You must wait a day, Earth time, before being issued another allowance. Moreover, the list of currently sought items will be updated each day at 4 PM Earth time. I mean, this is 4 PM for me because I'm based in the UK. And items previously sought may no longer be accepted. Okay. So let's see what the foreman is asking for. So, long is my list, deep is our need. So each item you will deliver will earn you points towards meeting your quota. Only when the quota is met will the quest be deemed complete. Moreover, each individual delivery will earn you experience points for the class indicated to the left of the item name in the Ixal 9 delivery quest menu. Okay, so these are the items I need to get. I'm assuming as well, I'm hoping that I will actually get some extra reward for turning in high qualities. Okay, that's interesting. So, points as reward 30. So I could do all of these, but I only actually need to do 3 of them to finish my quota for the day. So, more we need, more you must bring. Master Yazur eyes us he does. Ever eyes us he does. Okay, so what you can do is, you can drag the timer list onto your hotbar. So you go to your actions and traits, go to main commands, timers, and you can just drag it here. So I'm going to do that. So we can see here, Echo 9 delivery quests available now. It says what all of them are. And you can also, there is an equivalent of this for the Grand Companies as well. Okay, so let's see what we need to do for each quest. So this is to help people level up crafting if they haven't really looked at it before, and it's also as well to get you used to the idea of the Grand Company delivery quests. So let's see what Meta has to say. It says, "Oh my, you wish to use these facilities? They are lovely, aren't they? I do my utmost to keep them in tip-top condition, you know. Regular cleaning and maintenance is far more essential than most people realize. However, as much as I'd love to let you do so, I must ask that you do something in exchange. Worry not, it's not too difficult and just simply a favor. I do have to clean up after you, you know. You know of Opos, delightful little scurps always stealing my Munty beans? One in particular has given me no end to trouble, and I will suffer it no longer. Pray use these ripe beans to lure him out of his lair near Etat's spire, and end his reign of terror. And though it is a grisly thing to ask, I must insist that you return with proof of the deed. A fang or a claw or something of that nature, nothing too large, mind you. I don't want it as a trophy to hang on my wall. I'm not a monster." Okay. So we need to head to these areas anyway for the free quests. So, as always with the beast tries, when you're first starting it takes a lot longer than usual, but then after that it just becomes routine and you get it done quicker and quicker and quicker. It's the delivery quests which I'm particularly interested in. I mean, these are all really low level items, so you can see it starts low and it tries to build you up. But for me, I started crafting literally a month after the game released, so this is old news for me. So let's... oh, actually, I'll tell you what, before I do that, let me actually change into my bard. So I can only auto attack for now. Okay, that's one. What else do we have to do around here? Keeping up appearances. It says obtains component from Tree Speak. Okay. So this is why they said they recommend Disciples of War 41 plus, because you can see these monsters spawning off 41 plus. So, Featherless Nuka, back you must stay, or second time I will demand. So, with the chat mode in Say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter the password with the wind to let the Enchant 9 carrier know you are a friend. So, with the wind, Featherless Ruka is revealed and contrite I am. All Nukas look alike to me, they do. As a friend of Eatcat, recognize I did not. Deliver the materials in my stead, I would ask, but that alone suffice it will not. Too late this shipment is. Completed components we must now deliver. open to all featherless the facilities or tree speak stables are. Their carefree, laboured, whole components, featherless friend can. Other recourse we have not. Okay, next quest. And here we are. So, keeping up appearances. So it says, greeting friends, our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. You must... No, sorry, you wish to process those materials, yes? If you would first permit me to conduct an inspection. Okay, so let's hand them over. It says, materials required to craft components which will compose the right half of an airship's hull. So, my concern was for naught. These materials are both quality and plentiful. In fact, I have calculated the optimum amount required to craft the components you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic. Pray let me know if you require any replacements. Okay, you now have access to the crafting facility. Present, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, let's see, let's hand over the hull breaker components for the left side. It's the same thing. Okay, so now we need to synthesize. So I'm going to switch back to Weaver. Let's look for the items that he needs. So, laboured hull components, synthesize starboard hull components. Here it is, synthesize. Oh, I need to always have to remember to equip the gloves. Now for now, doing it with quality doesn't mean anything. Okay, so that's that done. So synthesize larboard hull components. Yeah, given they don't have quality, I'm just going to do them quickly as possible. So your crafting endeavor was a success, then you must waste no time in returning to your client. And should something unfortunate befall your commission, accidental loss, theft or act of primal, you will always have the option of retrieving from me the remaining materials and trying again. Okay. So let's return now to Hurst Mill. Once these daily quests are done, then I'll go about doing the delivery quests. So from the sounds of it, this is the fifth and final Beast Tribe quest, probably of this expansion, but that's purely a guess. But the way it's sort of shaping up, given it's about crafting, given that there's really not many else to even look at in the game, and the fact that you get a bunch of rewards for having finished all 5, it gives a strong indication that this will be the last one for now. So, as I told you before, you're more than welcome to use these facilities, provided you deal with the Drassi Opa first. Oh, and as precaution, I must ask that you present your materials for inspection as well. You would be shocked by what some people have tried to make here. Okay, so let's hand over the bladder component materials and the simian claw. So it says materials required to craft components for an airship's bladder envelope, and the curved claw of an Opo who tried to eat one of Monte's being too many. So my word, is that really... Oh god, I can't bear look at it. Take it from my sight and dispose of it, but not in the river. Now then, deep breaths. Though unusual, I don't believe your materials could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I didn't return them all. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. However, entrusted this task to you, left a note in the bag to featherless Nuka, give only required parts. In case of failure, retain spares. What is the word of a Nuka? Okay, so I now have access to these materials, so I need to synthesize a bladder component. Oh, bladder component, not lining component. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, done. So now I'm going to just return them all to the quest giver. I think what makes it a little confusing is that you have this symbol, this sort of red exclamation mark over their heads, but all that means is that you can talk to them again if you actually failed the craft. But you need to actually deliver the components to the required quest giver. Now, one thing to know as well with the delivery quests is that it is just a quest, so once it's done, you can accept the next one, and that resets Japanese midnight, or what is 4 PM UK time. Okay, let's turn these quests in. So it says, return the one who proved herself able is. Bladder component she has brought. Okay, so let's check. So, able indeed, featherless one is. Within you lies great potential, as Chief Totolok said. Potential in Yazul tool that the Chief once saw. Not wrong in either case, it is more than clear to me. Okay, so that's complete. So we get 15 reputation and adventure, which is always welcome. Okay, let's do the next one. So it says, suffer the barbs of this comrades, the able cannot. Bring me the starboard hull components, he must. Okay, complete, hand over. So, save my reputation is, to featherless craftwoman, much and more is owed. So, rejoin the ranks of the buzzers I wish not do. Much more beloved by maidens, Yazul is able revolutionary. Okay, complete. Next, without component materials, soon halt construction of Dazul Kulan will. Disastrous for Erkat and Yazul this would be. Let's hand over, hand over. So materials I expected, your components you have brought. My mind waylaid courier and featherless crafter did read. Initiative Yazul values much in his allies. Who better than able allies to prove Yazul's own ableness, I must say. Rise over higher I will with the aid of featherless craftwoman and her ilk. Okay, so that's complete. Okay, so that's that done. So given that you're getting on per day about 45 reputation, at least for his quest, because the reputation does go up quicker later on, it means within, I guess, 3 days I should get to the next rank, but it depends how much this delivery quest will give. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to return to Gridania and then gather all the materials I need, and then we will continue once I have all the materials and craft the items requested. Okay, so now that I've gathered all the materials I need to make all of these items, I'm going to make them now one at a time. So with carpenter, I need to make an amateur's grinding wheel. And I've decided to just make all 8 of them. Okay, now I need to make a Viking sword. Okay, now as armor smith I need to make the bronze aubergine. Okay, next goldsmith I need to make the bow and horror. Okay, now leather crocos. Now Hampen Pantaleets. Now the star next to this means that you'll get an extra reward for actually making them. So we need to make fish oil. Okay. Oh, I actually need to make 3 of them. Never mind. So I'll have to go pick up some more princess trouts. So that's why I didn't highlight, because it's actually asking for 3. But let me make the gobby ball first. Okay, so this crafts 10 in one go anyway. No, I really shouldn't bother with high quality, because I don't think there is such a thing as a high quality. Yeah, you see it's 0% because it's just fishing bait. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go return to Limsa to pick up some more princess trouts from the vendor. It's always worth checking if certain crafting materials are available from vendor so you don't pay over the odds on the market board. You don't have to learn them, but it's just always worth checking. So for example, randomly in here they sell certain low level fish. So I need 4 princess trouts. There you go. So I bought those for next to 0, whereas if I bought them from the market board, I hate to think how much it would be. One thing to know as well, when it asks you for free or whatever, they either all have to be high quality or all normal quality. You can't turn in a mix and match. Okay, so let's now return to the camp. To be honest, I don't think these quests are going to take long to do, at least not at the beginning. Later on it might take a bit longer, but given that I am a 50 everything crafter, for me it's very easy. I can understand that for other players it will be a challenge, especially if they've never done crafting before ever. But whatever, you know, I've been doing this for so long now. It's like you can see everything I do is macroed even, so... Okay, so looking at through the timers, sorry, and looking at the delivery quests, I have all of the components, so I won't get any experience for this, but whatever. Okay, so let's turn in these first. Now the next question is going to be, can you turn in more? No. So I made all the other materials as to see if I get any bonus, but once you hit the quota, that's it, the quest disappears. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hang on to the... Oh wow, we get 50 relations just for that. That is really good. So when you meet your component, you get big reward. Well, 50 already. That means that once the reset happens, I will already hit rank 2. So, and the reset happens in 40 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to the other crafting materials I made, these low-level items, just in case they ask me to deliver them again after the reset. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.